Okay, here we are. We're fixing these Galaxy S21 Ultra. She's got a little doodad in the OLED. She's broken. So when that happens, we get these screen frame assemblies, and they have the entire screen right on there, ready to go. Pre-installed battery, adhesive, everything. It's basically like playing Legos for adults. So first thing we need to do is warm up this back screen, get that bad boy off there. So we're going to take our screen and we're going to put it in our heating machine here. We're going to lay it face down and we're just going to turn on the heating channel. We're going to set it to 80°C and we're going to let it cook for a little bit and we'll come back. Okay, so we're almost done here. You need some alcohol and you need some tools for the job. Some very thin pieces of plastic or metal and a suction cup or one of these machines. Be very careful. Be very, very careful. All right, here we go. Turn off the heating element. You guys will most likely have to use one of these suction cups instead of a fun machine. You just have a little bit of adhesive left, and that's how you get the rear off of a S21. Hopefully the camera got a good shot there and my arm wasn't in the way of it the whole time. Guess we'll find out. So normally we put her in this machine and this arm comes down and slowly sucks it up as I ease it around, and it makes it way easier. You guys will most likely have to use one of these hand ones. Okay, so all Samsung Galaxy phones are basically made the same and have been made the same. First thing you have to do is get off this, first thing you have to get off is the rear glass. Then second, you have to get off the charging coil, and it's the charging coil plus this metal bracket area up here, and then you can take the rest of the phone apart. So you just kind of want to, you don't want to be aggressive at all. You just want to slowly peel it up, just like that. Okay. Set our rear glass aside for now. We got our screwdriver, and we're going to go ahead and take the Phillips screws that are holding this metal bracket in. And luckily with Samsung phones, I don't think I've ever ran into a Samsung phone that has had multiple different screws in it. They all have the same Phillips screw. It's amazing. Apple. I love Apple phones, but the screws are pretty crazy. Okay, I think that's it. We're going to get out our best friend here, our plastic spudger for our connectors. I'll get that connector right there. And we'll get that connector there. And then our charging coil comes up and off. Simple, simple. We'll set that next to our rear glass. Okay, now we have access to the battery. And that is the first thing that we are going to unplug. Try and take an opportunity to clean up my working area here. Okay, so this guy here is our battery. and we're going to give that a pop. There we go. Now we can pretty much just pop everything off at this point, now that the battery is undone. But I think I'll wait and I will take off the rear speaker assembly. Or the bottom speaker assembly, whatever. The loudspeaker assembly. That screw is in there. Don't do that. You don't want to slip on the screws. They're all the same length, all of them. Then you stick a little plastic tool in here, and you kind of can get this speaker assembly. Some of them are really in there. Well, actually, first, let's see, where's our... We should probably get that out first. Our SIM. And don't insert it in the mic hole when you go insert it in the SIM. It won't hurt it, but it just won't get your SIM out. It's a misconception that it'll hurt it. The passage is diverted. Okay. So maybe we will move on to the metal tool. There we go. We got one little bit of it up. Normally they just pop up with ease. So be easy with stuff. You don't want to break it. Make sure you're not missing a screw by any means either. That happens. Boy, Galaxy S21 Ultra speaker assembly. Pain in the butt. Just like that. So pop this side and then kind of push it this way, but you got to be careful with this stuff, man. You got to be careful. You know, if I was moving that tool the wrong way and it, you know, damaged one of these ribbon cables, you're done. Phone repair over. You're ordering a part. Customer not satisfied. Okay, so now we have that done. We can go ahead and pop the rest of our cables here. And you always want to make sure you're examining stuff as you're popping it off to make sure that you're not ruining stuff. This is part of the screen frame assembly, as you can see from here. So now we're going to go ahead and undo our 3 screws on our subboard. And this motherboard hopefully comes out a little easier than the board did. rather easy. Kind of nudge it up with the back, and then you're going to want to pull the seal away, just like that. Set that aside. Clean up our workstation as we go. Okay, we're going to go ahead and take out our 5G antenna real quick. I think we can do a how glued in it is, we'll see. There we go. Just a little adhesive. Okay, so we're going to bend that guy back a little bit there. And we're going to take our screen frame assembly, and we're just going to inject that guy right in there first thing so we don't forget anything. Okay, now that's transferred. We're going to put that guy back. And now we are going to move on to the motherboard and undo every screw that you see up here. I actually see some different screws in the S21 Ultra that I might have forgot about. Some tri-wing screws. And then we're just going to undo every screw. And then we got 3 deals we're going to pop here. Like that. Okay, just like that is going to be our upper speaker assembly. Okay, give you a closer look at the dual layered board here we got going on. Okay, what is with those freaking tri-point screws? Those are weird. What are they doing? Oh, that's like a whole antenna of some sort here. Okay. You don't want to be like that, are you, tri-point? And then you get this tri-point. That's your tri-point. Ah! See that little mistake I just made with the screwdriver there? That can end a repair. So every time I feel myself losing grip of a screwdriver, I push it away from the phone. Yeah, that's a little antenna. Strange. Okay. Pop our front camera. Pop this. The S21 Ultra in specific is fairly complex. Okay, so that's our massive, look at this. Beautiful. Unbelievable technology. Really is. Okay, we got our second millimeter wave antenna that we need to move over. Go ahead and screw that guy into place. Boom. Yeah, look at that little guy. Interesting. Little tiny Bluetooth antenna, I would imagine. Let my battery soak here, and we can put in our antenna while we wait. Goes in no problem. With the first tri-point screws that I've ever seen in an Android phone. Yeah, it's not part of this build. Where that came from. Okay, so we have our antennas swapped over. Now we got our battery possibly ready to come out now. going to throw a little alky in the front camera because it's bonded in there. It's the only way to get it out without placing it. There we go. Booyah. I have a little fan down here that I put all these items that get isopropyl alcohol in it. Beautiful. So we're going to go ahead and insert our front camera here. I think. Maybe not. So I pulled adhesive off there. Maybe I should tack that in place for a second and wait. Okay, I think that'll do. So that's everything that we need out of the old screen frame assembly. That's everything. Now we have our new one with our front camera and our antennas. And we have our battery here, which we will we're going to go ahead and crimp down these little bubbles that form. Press it, kind of form it a little more flat than it was. And even the tiny little bit of corner that I. So now we have our battery. It is back to normal shape. No problem at all. And we're going to go ahead and slap that bad boy right back in there. Okay, now that we have that done, it's pretty easy. So we're going to go ahead and take our main board, and we are going to sneak our main board in here. our, don't forget these ribbon cables. Go in a certain direction, but you can't really miss it because it kind of says it right on it. Which side is main and which side is subboard. Okay, and we can put these screws in that aren't on the metal, or aren't included in the little metal bracket dealio, which I think are most of them, aren't they? They are. Yeah, this guy. We got two more. This guy. And that guy. Oh boy. Do the bottom. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and plug our battery in, because you have to do that first. And then we're going to plug our charge panel back in, or our charging coil. And we're going to press our adhesive back on our coil there. And we're going to put our screws, our main screws, in the coil. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a completed, untested screen job on a S21 Ultra. S21 Ultra is actually a little more in depth than the later Ultras. Most definitely. Just like that. We're going to go ahead and insert our SIM back in here. Okay, so that's what she looks like after you're done. And all right, let's hold our breath together for a second. No need. That's how it's done, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. I actually have a curved screen on this one. Interesting. Normally they don't do the curved bit. Okay. Yeah, now we just got to test everything, make sure everything's good to go. But yeah, and we throw the back on her. Before you put on your rear glass with your new adhesive, sometimes I just like to make my own adhesive thing around and know this stuff is not messy. When it dries, it comes off just like the OEM, you know, adhesive strips. Especially for rear glasses. Okay, take your turkey baster and all the cameras. Get the back of the glass, the lenses, and then get this bad boy lined up just right. Oh yeah, just like that. Just like that. Okay, now we got to give it about 30 minutes of this system here. And once our adhesive dries, we got a brand new phone. And it's really not that big of a deal. You don't got to keep it on there too terribly long, especially if you're putting the phone in a case. Because if you put the phone back in a case, then it kind of just, especially a case that has a seam around the outside that kind of holds pressure, then you're good to go. Let's clean up our tool area here. Okay.